Personalization at scale, meeting diverse Indian consumer needs. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for another very interesting discussion. I would like to invite our panelists on stage for this. I'd first like to invite our moderator for this particular session. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Prashant Chauhan, Creative Director, 09. Can we have a round of applause for Prashant? Thank you so much for joining us. Prashant will also be moderating this session. Next on the panel, we have Khwahish Pond, Director, Marvel Decor Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Khwahish. Next on the panel, we have Savan Nichani, Founder, MACBEE. Can we have a huge round of applause? Savan Nichani, Founder, MACB, joining us. Next on the panel, we have Suhani Lal Sankra, Principal Architect, Spark Design. Round of applause. Next on the panel, we have Anil Salyan, Principal Architect, Anil Salyan and Associates. He'll be joining us soon, ladies and gentlemen. Last but not the least, we have Muskan Salgia, Vice President, Khasadigi. Can we have a round of applause for Muskan? Thank you so much for joining us. Prashant, I request you to please begin the session.
Should we wait for Anil, sir? He's just here.
He's here?
Check 2. Check.
Check.
1, 2.
So good evening, everyone. This is a little tricky kind of a topic.
Awkward.
Where you don't know what exactly are we talking about. Basically, whether we are going for the high-end systems or whether we are going for, typical plug and pray, as Savan mentioned, systems. Or basically, we are catering to what kind of an audience. Like India has a crazy dynamics. Every 100 kilometers, the water changes, the people changes, language changes and whatnot. And because of which, of course, the taste of people also changes. Like a city like Hyderabad would have a different taste. Delhi would have a different taste. Surat would have a different taste. Of course, Mumbai and Bangalore would have a different taste. So similarly, I would like to know from y'all today, the panelists, that what is exactly personalization mean as a different thing to y'all, and what is the kind of journey that y'all have seen while catering to, say, urban audience or urban customer versus rural customer, or say a premium customer to a budget customer. So what is the kind of, length and breadth of this entire topic that we are talking about? If y'all can please throw on some light on this, please.
So I believe personalization gives a lot of value to the customer. They give a lot of trust factor also on the brand setting part of it. So imagine, for example, you go to a restaurant and the restaurant says that the dish that you've been wanting or you have wanted is not on the menu. But hey, let me call the chef. That experience you will never forget. And you may talk about it to another 4 or 5 people also for that matter. So I think
I can truly vouch for it. It has happened to me.
So that's what happens. Now, how to do this personalization? So I'll give you a very good and quick example. We had a US-based designer, and she was working for the Oman royal family, and she had a very specific requirement that I want a crescent-shaped blind altogether, and the bottom profile has to be that, and I want it to be the design element of the entire space. While this was not completely like off the shelf, but we still managed to get it done. And today she has been giving us the word so much, and now that product is also a part of our regular customization and regular product value as a signature product as well. So I truly believe that customization, or let's say personalization, in India is flexibility, the customer emotion, the emotional quotient that you bring with it, and also the type of smart execution that is required with the personalization.
Nice. Anil sir, will you please throw some light on this part?
Hi, everybody. In India. Yeah, okay, I'm an architect, so, personalization for me would mean, a system, home automation system, which is tailored to kind of meet the preferences, the behavior, and the requirements of each individual in a household. Because, there are various ways to do that now with, mobile phones and IoT and AI. We were doing a residence, for instance, for a three-generational kind of household in Mumbai. And there was the parents, the father and mother who were around my age, and then there were the grandparents, and then there were the kids. So, when you start talking to them, you can actually make out how each person has different requirements based on age and the kind of technology they can absorb. So when you try to kind of cater to each one of them, you realize how the systems available can adapt to those and cater to their requirements. So I think personalization for me would be how a system can cater to each and every individual based on their behavioral patterns.
So well said. So well said. Muskan, do you want to add a bit to this part? Then we'll
Yeah.
quickly move on to the next question, please.
Yeah, so just to wrap up and to echo what Mr. Anil here said, personalization is all about understanding, what are people's habits in a home, right? We're all habits of creature. My morning routine is set. I don't change it on a daily basis. Everybody has a morning scene, sleep scene, night scene. Everybody knows what they're doing, and the technology must revolve around what that routine looks like for you, and that's really what personalization is in a home. If the technology that he has put in his home can mirror or help him carry out his morning scene better, whether it is playing a certain type of music or bringing up the curtains when he wants it, or let's say putting on the air purifier, if it helps him do that, I think technology has served its job in a home.
Super, super. Okay, so moving on to the next part of the question series, scaling and cost. This will be directed at Savan very clearly because that's where, it kind of brings your phrase very interestingly. I'll get to you. As you scale personalization, how do you avoid the ballooning costs? And are modular systems or modular solutions, which you call them plug and pray, are these ecosystems really helping?
So absolutely, the best way to optimize costs is building blocks. Think of them like Lego. So you have these module for, say, butler calling, or you have a module in the system for whatever. But if you have these blocks, then you can. So we call it. So it's not custom couture. It's more like tailoring. So you go there and you have a shirt which fits really well, but you can do a little bit of tweak, and it works, and it's personalization at a very good value. A little bit of embroidery, logo. So that's the way to look at it. But if you start customizing, personalizing a system for every client, it's not practical because you'll spend hours and hours programming on a job which you don't want to. But if you have these modules preset, or when you're doing something new for a client, especially with Casa DG, what they've done very nicely is they have, so if they made a butler calling on somebody's request, they have it in the bank for people like us to use it in their next project. You know what I'm saying? So it's about building blocks. So personalization, I think, is profitable and cost effective only when it's done as a module, not for every job.
Nice. That's very interesting. Suhani, can you just throw a little light on this part from the design perspective?
Yeah, so I think as a designer, scaling things and the possibility of it not going obsolete in a couple of years is very important. And modular is the way to go, where the basics are taken care of, and eventually, layering it with various users, not only in the next 1 or 2 years, but maybe so that it can be layered in the next couple of years. Like just before the panel discussion started, we were speaking how people want things to work for at least 10 years. And is it possible in automation or not possible? So if the basic system is integrated from the beginning and we can keep layering and scaling it, I think that would really help and make it more scalable.
Nice, very interesting. So again, coming to you, Suhani, what's worked for you in designing for tech-savvy users, or versus a first-timer, say, a age-old, a particular age group kind of a thing, who is basically a first-time adopter. So does this also have some sort of a, income tier kind of a differentiation? Like, if I have a particular spending power, then do I get a little more tech-friendly? Is there anything of that sort from your perspective?
So to answer two aspects to this question, one is different types of users. So for example, the tech-savvy users are aware, they want voice command, they don't want switches anymore. They're all right to control it with their iPads or phones. Whereas the senior citizens say that this should be easy, like we should understand this whole system. So, we come across this, all of us come across this all the time. And I think the easiest and the best way to integrate is, say, like we did a home where for the senior citizens, we had touch and switch panels, which worked with all the functions that were required, with all the settings that were required. And for the young generation, it was the same system was integrated into their phones. So you cater to different types of users with that, and the same goes true for various budgets and income groups, wherein again you can layer it. So I think layering is the key to various options and solutions that are possible.
Nice. I think I want to hear what Anil sir has to add to this, if we can wait for a
I
bit.
think I agree with her because,
wanted to add, I know.
unless you have a client who has a very high budget, even if you have a high budget, the kind of technology that's available is endless. You can go absolutely haywire with the kind of technology. So it's very important to know the client's requirements in advance and optimize the system, so that he gets value for his money. So there's no point providing for things which are not really required. So if you know the client's requirements well, then you can customize the system to give him value for money. And frankly, I think up till now at least, home automation was luxury. It was nice to have. It was not a must-have. But now with technology becoming affordable, I think a lot more people can have access to it. Because with digitalization, in India, phones are with everybody. You have the watchman, you have the house help, you have everyone on the phone. And so the penetration of technology is very deep. So everyone has this aspirational thing to have something which happens on its own,
At
So
least
it's
an
like
Alexa.
magic.
At least an Alexa.
So it's like magic, so that you say something and it happens. So there's also that kind of feeling that you're empowered to kind of do something. You say something and it happens. So so that's a great feeling to have. So I think optimization is important, and modularity helps in that. So you start up small if you don't have the budget, and then slowly upgrade.
Okay. So Savan, you wanted to add something to this?
Yeah, so but to add to that, it's from our experience, personalization is actually not about luxury. If you have a farmer who gets a smart switch and he can turn off his, pump remotely, it's as magical as a guy, pressing a button to get a cinematic scene.
True.
So it is not actually about the money anymore, it's about the impact. So how we are, improvising and improving their lifestyle.
Nice. Very, very interesting perspective, I would say.
Full marks.
Okay. So now I move on to the next segment, which is who is the main customer? Is it the architect? Is it the client? Or is it the brand who says that I have got only this much and you have to choose from this? So I think I want to start with Muskan on this one, since she mentioned very interesting spots about this one.
I think the main onus for personalizing a smart home rests on the integrator, whatever said and done. They are the ones who should be, even if they're not, they should be interacting with their customers, understanding their lifestyles, and then suggesting the pieces of technology. The onus on brands like us is to educate our dealers, it's to educate the integrator market on what can be done, what cannot be done, and to keep learning from the integrator feedback that this is what the customers want and this is what you should be building. So the onus on the brands is to keep evolving ourselves, to make it easier to personalize, to scale, etc. But when it comes to actually delivering the product, of course, it is with the integrator. Having said that, the designers firsthand know the customer's eccentricities. They know that this is a gym freak. They know that this guy loves music. And that's when their inputs are most helpful in delivering what could truly be a personalized experience. So everybody has a role to play. Of course, because the integrator is actually implementing it, they do have the final say or power in that way. But if brands like us don't learn from the market or don't learn from integrator feedback, we will never be able to make products that actually serve our customers' needs. So the onus really lies on all three people in the ecosystem.
Equally?
Equally.
Really? Okay, Khwaish, what do you have to say about this?
So I completely agree with Muskan. But however, I also feel that all the 3 degrees are very, very important in the sense that a designer would want to give the best of the best to their clients in each of their projects. The same way the client would want something out of the box, uniquely personalized for themselves. The system integrators, again, the same way, they would want something to give something very personalized and something very personal to the end user. And similarly for the brands also, the brand will also want to keep innovating, keep giving something new and be trying to stay relevant in the market. So I think the brands also hold the same amount of importance. As brand, I would say that they should have the notion, the attitude, the willingness to keep redirecting, to keep reinventing and putting as much as possible to solve out these problems. So altogether, I feel all of these degrees are equally important.
These are quite diplomatic answers, yeah. Please. Savan, please tell me who's the captain
The
of the
truth.
ship.
I'll give you the
Who's the
truth.
captain of the ship?
He's going to say system integrators.
No. I would say whoever is asking the right questions. That's the captain
Too
of the
good.
ship.
Too good. And Suhani, what do you think about this? Who's the captain of the ship?
It has to be diplomatic, all 3, but the architect obviously is like the topmost takes. No, but very honestly, I think it's all 3, and the integrator to really put their expectations to reality as to what's possible, what's not, and how will it operate over the years. And most importantly, putting everyone at ease as to how it's going to work and function in the next couple of years.
To be very honest, I think I always place my integrator as the captain of the ship, always by default, because we can just simply tell them our fancies. You know, it is them who has to eventually do it. So I would always put the
So you
integrator
go the
as
plug and pray thing.
Exactly.
Under commit, over deliver.
Very nice. Okay, so we move on to the next segment, which is trends and cool techs. Okay, so what's a cool tech or a trend in this smart home age that we are living? What is the tech that you're very much excited about?
I'll go.
Yes, please.
So I have 2 very unique techs that I want to see coming up as exponentially. One is emotion-based automation, wherein you've walked into a room, the system has realized who has actually walked in, and your shades have integrated, or let's say your shades have come down the way you wanted it, the light, the temperature, everything is done all together just when the system has realized that you've just walked into it. Could be, let's say, another person, and again the scene setting and everything changes on that. So that is the emotion-based automation that I'm looking forward to.
Very
And second of all, I would say also on, let's say when or okay, I'm just trying to put it into a better way for that matter, because I don't want Savan to come back to me after this. The second one that I would actually say is more again on the emotional intuitiveness itself. However, just by the fingertips of it, or let's say by the intuitiveness of it, the system keeps responding and it keeps updating on that level. So these are the two tech advancements that I am actually looking forward to.
Quite interesting. Anil sir, I think we'll let Savan go last because I'm sure he has something weird to add in.
Yeah, I think, since home automation is kind of engineered to make life easy, with nuclear families, with the husband and wife both working, I think it's important to make their life as simple as possible. So I think a technology in which appliances can talk, to the system and give you feedback on service requirements, when they have to be serviced, whether they are working well. If there's a problem, then, calling the service agency to come and repair it. Those are things which, take time and are often delayed. You don't kind of call the service center in time. So I think if you get reports of how your equipment is functioning,
Nice.
and if you have a system which also kind of, gives the health of the system, that I think would be interesting.
Sort of a BIM for the home.
Yes.
Nice.
yes.
Very interesting. Muskan?
A trend that I think we're very excited about at Car Strategy is everything to do with wellness. There's a big push in the Indian millennials towards wellness. So whether it is, I don't think India has really adopted wellness lighting well. For example, your circadian rhythm, lights that change based on your circadian rhythm, lights that actually have different color temperatures. I don't think we've gotten there yet. So there's a lot to be unlocked there. I mean, wellness is really making it to all aspects of your life. Think there are mattresses that actually become cool during nighttime and become warmer because when you wake up, your body is supposed to become warmer. Therefore, the mattress itself starts heating up closer to the time that you're supposed to wake up at. So there's a lot to be done on the wellness aspect. I think people are also a lot more aware. This whole fitness, wellness trend has really taken the country by storm. So there's a lot that we could really do from a wellness aspect, from fragrance to air purifiers to everything.
Very interesting. Suhani,
So while most of you have summarized it, I'm really looking forward to smart being married with sustainability, wherein we could have better systems of sewage disposal, how we have BIM already for the buildings. We could have intelligent systems for homes, better, more sustainable systems, which sometimes is considered like, it's not considered like how it will go well together, but looking forward to it being integrated so that even smart is more sustainable.
too good. And Savan, we finally come to you.
I think I'm excited seeing AI-based routines. So when the program itself is learning your routine and adapting itself without having to program. So it's like you switch off the AC every day at 3 a.m. So it automatically starts doing that. So I think I want to see more of that coming in the system. So the systems are actually smart and not just
Machine learning.
smart.
Yeah.
So machine learning and AI algorithms. Also local voice control customization, like Alexa, Pankha Chalu Kar, that type. So that's also something cool, and it's becoming more language oriented now with the new softwares coming. So I think that'll be good.
Very interesting.
And while Savan was also mentioning this, I'd just like to add one more thing, and I would want Savan to show us this in the near future, is also something where our systems can, or let's say our smartphone, can actually gather stress levels or let's say sleep data and overloaded calendars or something, and it gives a trigger to our homes to adjust accordingly. So let's say we've had a very bad day and the home knows about it, and they've gotten the data and everything, and now the lights are actually dimmer, the temperature is cooler, the music is a little mellow, so it's basically your home taking care of you.
Yeah, you
So
want the
something
Yeah,
home.
like
we
that.
have actually done a scene which says I'm feeling sexy, and the guy presses it and the whole scene changes. So yeah,
So, but this is without
Automatic,
pressing anything. It is just
AI-based
data.
learning.
Machine
Yeah,
learning,
exactly.
machine learning. Okay, so I want to share also on this. I have been dying to see a dishwasher and a washing machine being automated. Please, somebody make that. Anyways,
I was
so
hoping someone would say that it's already there.
I know. I was also hoping to hear that. Anyways, so moving on to the next part, which is a very quick wrap-up questions. So one question, immediately it's like a firefighting kind of question. Very immediately answer. So future of personalization in Indian smart homes in one sentence, please.
So I feel for me especially, it'll be something that where your home understands you, your language, your culture, your climate, without having to press a single button.
Nice.
Same.
Nice.
Same.
Led with culture, nostalgia, and personalization.
Nostalgia is something that I like. Okay. Sir, please.
Yeah, I think AI will really help in kind of, self-adapting.
Nice.
So it'll learn your habits and keep providing you with environments which are suitable for your kind of needs.
Very interesting. Muskan, please.
I think similar, but something that will help you live your lives better, backed by great technology that's going to come out.
Okay. Now, the next question is one overrated trend.
I don't want to say this, but I'll
Please,
say
please.
AI and robots and all of those. I feel that
Okay.
is very overrated
Okay.
somehow.
Okay.
As of now, you'll see. I think it's voice control, like voice control everything. I think sometimes you just need a good old button. I don't think you should voice control everything.
Okay.
I think voice control everything, and it can be so misleading and do different things when it's overdone, right?
Exactly. Please.
I wouldn't say anything is overrated. I think if it's overrated and if it doesn't work, it'll be out of the market. So
Very true. Yes, please. Muskan.
I'm sorry, Prashant, but I think kitchen appliances. I've not seen a good use case. I've not seen anybody use it well or say that this has actually added value to my life. So
Nice. Very interesting. Okay. So next question is one innovation you wish more homes adopted.
So I'll take a minute for this actually.
Sure.
I feel, or let's put it this way, that India is a very, very rich sunlight country, right? While I feel that this has not been utilized well or it has been underutilized, the sunlight or the natural light part of it. So harnessing daylight and making dynamic scenes out of it, let's say in a day, you have mornings, afternoons, evenings. The night part is very less, where people are actually focusing on the ambience creation of it. However, the most amount of day, there is no ambience creation that is still happening or still being seen right now. So, for example, an ambience creation just on the natural light side of it can happen through your window shades, your curtains and everything without having to touch a single artificial light. For example, in the morning, I want, let's say, just 10% of openness. In the afternoon, I want a little bit more, and furthermore in the evening for that matter. So we can create actually 10 different types of scenes without touching any artificial light, just with the help of natural daylight. So I feel the natural light is being very underutilized
Untapped.
for that matter.
Okay, I get it. Very interesting.
I think I would like to see more of sensor-based automation. So, like right now we are doing it only in, the powder loos or this thing. I would like to see it happening more and more in the whole home or office because it saves a lot of energy and it's without human intervention. You walk into a room, the lights are, it's typical, but it's not being done with sensors a lot, as much as I would want it.
Nice. Yes, Swami.
So for me, it would be, as I mentioned previously, sustainability into smart, and sustainability is a huge umbrella. So very led, but yes, that's the key word.
Yes, sir.
I think I had read a long time back about, food packaging, which will have sensors, which will give you data on the date of expiry and also the usage. So once you store it in the refrigerator, on the refrigerator you can have a panel. So each item in your refrigerator is kind of registered there.
Wow.
And it will tell you the expiry date of each item and what is the level of, content in that. So if you have to order something that is over, then you can, kind of see on that panel itself and order for it. and if it has expired, then you know it warns you in advance that it has only 10 days to go, so please consume it. Because what happens normally in refrigerators, you put stuff in the refrigerator and forget about it, and by the time you take it out, the expiry date is gone.
Yeah.
So if you have some technology on the packaging which can forewarn you and keep informing you about the usage and the contents, I think that'll be great.
Very interesting. Muskan, please.
I think tying into the sustainability aspect that Suhani said, I think basic smart metering, I mean, we don't even, manage or meter our own electricity, or it doesn't integrate into your home automation control system whatsoever. Your air quality, basic things, right? Like what is the air quality right now in your home? When does your pool need cleaning? How much electricity have you consumed? Some anomalies. I think very basic utility things and technology is also not integrated today in home automation properly that I think we could do.
Very interesting. Okay, so I think with that, we come to an end of this particular session. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have had fun. Okay.
We did.
So I think we can end it here. Thank you.
Hello, Chair. Thank you so much, Vineet, for moderating this session. Panelists, thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for all of them? And with that, I request all of you all to please come together for a group picture. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most interesting discussions we've had on this panel. Can we have a round of applause for all the panelists? Come on, give it up. And with that, I now request Mr. Nazim Sawant, Conference Head, Smart Home Expo, to please join us on stage. Panelists, I request you to please stay back. Nazim, I request you to please felicitate all the panelists. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh yeah, a selfie.